Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm glad he used the word oversight because that's exactly what ROI is doing, is asking for oversight of the administration to understand, and the American people to understand the policies that were put forth. You know, Ronald Reagan had a great quote, and this is him quoting, not me, but he said, it's not that the Democrats are ignorant, it's that so much they think is untrue. Y'all got this utopian vision of wind and solar. There's not a single person on this side that doesn't like wind and solar, but we also know what works to meet the transportation needs and the baseload power needs of Americans. You talk and you use fear tactics like talking about the wildfires and hurricanes. Hurricanes have been hitting this country and the Caribbean and other parts of the globe forever. They're not more intense. We just have more ability to monitor the size and wind of those hurricanes due to technology. Man has gotten better in that. We're getting better in the energy sector as well, clean energy sector as well. Wildfires. Wildfires have hit this country for a long time. In fact, Teddy Roosevelt administration.
25 minutes or whatever, whenever they finally vote out to like put the phone in front of its mouth.
Here's the thing. Why does it just happen when Republicans are talking?
Why is it always Republicans that are doing it? Yeah. It's our people do it.
All right. We've had our fun. During the Teddy Roosevelt administration, the United States Forest Service was created. Why? Pinochet recognized that a Forest Service was needed to combat wildfires. In fact, the year that U.S. Forest Service was created with the intent purpose of combating wildfires, one of the largest fires in the history of this country happened in the Bitterroots between Montana and Idaho. Towns that existed then were burned. 2 million acres burned in 24 hours. This was at the very beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Y'all say the science is settled on climate change. Well, you don't want to look at true science because the earth has been a heck of a lot warmer than it is today, and that was prior to the Industrial Revolution. Before man was burning fossil fuels, the earth was a lot warmer. So if we're going to talk about science, let's talk about complete science. Let's look at it holistically. I go back to what I said earlier. There's not a single person on this side that doesn't like wind and solar and alternative fuels and renewables. They ought to be part of the matrix, but you're killing an industry that works for transportation fuels. Mr. Palmer from Alabama hit on it earlier, a point that needs to be stressed over and over. There's going to be a global famine. It's going to be because of this energy crisis created by the Biden administration. And you ask, how so? The rising price of diesel fuel, the input cost for farmers in planting and then harvesting and transporting that food to the market, the fertilizer that's created through natural gas is much higher today. It's probably almost double what it was. So come spring, when they plant the food, the input costs are going to be higher. So the prices at the grocery shelves for your constituents is going to be much higher because of these energy prices. And then if we lose the ability to grow, or we just choose not to due to the input cost to grow the food that we export, David Beasley with the World Food Program has already said there's going to be a global famine in places like Ethiopia. America steps up at that point with our surplus food to provide that for the famine. If we don't have that because of the input costs due to the Biden administration's energy policies, that's on y'all. And I'll yield the gentleman from Utah.
Thank you.